What's up, guys? So I haven't did this in a while, but I'm here to talk more about martial arts myths. Okay. Um, One of the things that uh, I've seen over and over again is that uh, MMA fighters are not good boxers. And I'm sorry if that offends anyone. This is no shade against MMA. I love MMA. Um, Not so much watching it. I do watch it, but I like practicing it, um, and I like the sport. Okay, uh, but you go to your average MMA gym, and their striking skills suck. Like, um, so typically, what they'll do is similar to like how I've seen with JKD schools. They'll have separate classes throughout the day for different styles. So in Jeet uh, you'll often have um, sorry about that. You often have your classes broken up throughout the day for different styles if people want to do them. So you'll have John Fan Gung Fu, which is the meat and potatoes of Jeet Kune Do, and Jeet Kune Do concepts. Depending on what area of JKD you come from, I don't want to get into that. I'll do a separate video on the differences in the Jeet Kune Do community. But so you'll have like say John Fan Gung Fu, um, JKD kickboxing as a separate class or classes, probably on different levels for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And then you'll have like classes on Kali, Filipino martial arts, Penchat Salat, Muay Thai, and maybe some other stuff, depending on that instructor and his emphasis uh, or emphases on different styles like Savat, boxing, wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu, BJJ, so on. So MMA is similar to that, which is while JKD is called the father of of MMA. So MMA, you'll have like a boxing class, your Muay Thai class, your BJJ class, and depending on that MMA gym, they may specialize in other stuff as well. So they might do, I don't know, Kyokushin karate or stuff like that, or whatever, maybe judo, wrestling. In any case, the boxing tends to be pretty bad. Sorry to say, even in some of the JKD schools, this is true as well, because it's not taught by a, a boxing coach. And although they can strike pretty well, don't get me wrong. I mean, they can hit effectively, but it's not boxing. Um, it would be to say that a boxer kicks someone. It's not a great uh, taekwondo person. Like it similar, I guess. Like they often lack the panache of a boxer, the footwork, the skill, the artistry, and it shows. And people, so it's funny. So when YouTuber Jake Paul, shout out to him. A lot of people hate him and his brother, and to be honest, I did at first as well. But regardless of how you think about them, they are savvy businessmen, and they are good YouTube content makers. Okay, but on top of that, they're competent boxers. They're not good boxers, but they're competent boxers, which makes them better than most MMA fighters, which is why people get so butthurt every time they beat an MMA fighter. And they will fight good MMA fighters. Like at first, yeah, they might have been taking on these little whack dudes like a basketball player and stuff like that. But when Jake Paul fights actual MMA guys, like he beats them because they suck at boxing. Um, MMA guys have an emphasis on superior grappling skills, like that of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Sambo or wrestling, stuff like that. But their boxing skills suck. Sometimes their kicking skills suck too, unless their gym emphasizes stuff like Muay Thai. Um, and you even have a few MMA guys now doing old style Taekwondo, mixing that in, which is very effective when you mix that in to into you know, Muay Thai or to MMA generally. But yeah, their striking skills suck. I'm sorry. I mean, with the hands, not the feet, but sometimes with the feet too. And they are not good boxers. I've had debates with people about this who didn't do it themselves, so they didn't understand the nuance that I was making here. But I try to tell them just because they know how to punch doesn't make them good boxers. Like I said, no more than a boxer being able to kick makes them a good Taekwondo practitioner when on Nakmai. So sorry, MMA guys aren't good boxers unless and only unless they specifically get boxing training outside of the MMA gym. Those guys can probably box because they're actually getting boxing training from a boxing coach outside of the MMA gym that they regularly go to. But if their boxing comes from the MMA gym, it's not going to be good. I'm sorry, but I'm just a contrarian.